So I'm under the belief that people make fat loss way harder than it needs to be. Not because it's complicated, but because everyone's in a rush. Everyone wants the fastest possible result, the quickest transformation, or the biggest drop on the scale in the shortest time. But what no one talks about is that fast results usually come with fast regain of that lost weight. And if you've ever lost weight before and then put it all back on, you know exactly what I mean. So in this video, I want to give you my best strategies that actually make dieting easier. And more importantly, help you keep the weight off long term. Because fat loss is not just about suffering more as the diet goes on, it's about building systems that you can actually live with. So strategy number 1 is focus on consistency over speed. Now this is a big one because everyone is obsessed with speed. How fast can I lose fat? How quickly can I see abs? Or how many kilos can I drop this month? But here's the truth, the faster you rush it, then the harder it is to maintain. Crash diets, extreme calorie deficits, cutting out the food you love, or training like a maniac. Yeah, you're gonna lose weight by doing these, but you're gonna hate your life. And when you start hating the process, that's when you quit. Slow progress is not a bad thing. It's actually a good sign. It means you're not starving, you're not burning out, and you're building habits that you can actually repeat. You don't need to rush fat loss, guys. You just need to survive it. Because anyone can be disciplined for 2 weeks, but can you be disciplined for 6 months? A year, 5 years. That is what actually matters. Strategy number 2 is build habits that you can live with. Now this one changed everything for me. If you hate your diet, you're not gonna stick to it. It's as simple as that. So whatever you're doing right now, ask yourself this one question. Could I do it for the next year? Not for 2 weeks, not just until your next holiday, but for an entire year. If the answer is no, then the plan is not the one for you. This is why I don't believe in cutting out food groups. It's why I don't believe in eating like a robot. It's why I don't believe in extreme restriction. Because your habits are not just what get you to your goal, but they are also what keeps you there. So you have to be very comfortable with what you're doing. This is why I use different methods like banking my calories, I still eat out all the time, and most importantly, I don't label foods as good or bad. So strategy number 3 is banking calories. Now this is my secret weapon. This is actually one of the biggest reasons I've kept my weight off. I lost over 50 pounds using this exact method. And I still ate Chinese food almost every weekend. Calorie banking, or refeed days, or high and low days as some people call them, means eating slightly lower calories on certain days of the week and slightly more calories on other days of the week. So you could split this up by eating less calories during the weekdays and then eating more calories on the weekend. So what happens is when, during the week, life is a little bit more boring for most people. They're not doing as much, they're at home more, they're working. They're able to stick to a slightly lower calorie budget because they're just following that day-to-day routine. But then the weekend comes and, people want to have a takeaway, they want to eat out more, they have social events popping up. This is where you can actually make sure you still fit those in and live your life without just missing out because you're on a diet. So by utilizing something like calorie banking, you can still enjoy multiple occasions, social events, whatever it is, without feeling stressed or guilty or feeling like you've ruined all of your progress. Because here's the thing, fat loss isn't just about your daily calories, it's about your weekly calories. You don't gain fat from just one meal. You gain fat from consistently overeating over time. But this way, you can actually live like a normal human being and still make progress. And that is why it works long term. Strategy number 4 is the protein first rule. Now this one is a non-negotiable. Every single meal starts with protein. Chicken, beef, eggs, yogurt, protein shakes, fish. Protein will help keep you full. It preserves your muscle mass when you are dieting. It can help control your cravings, and it just makes dieting feel easier pretty much automatically. A lot of people struggle with hunger when they're dieting because their meals are mostly focused on carbs and fats with barely any protein. So a simple rule to follow. Have protein first. Make that the staple in all of your meals. This one habit alone can literally make dieting so much easier. Strategy number 5 is simplify everything. Now I'm a huge advocate of flexible dieting. I'll eat meals out, I'll explore different foods, and that works really well for staying consistent in the long run. But that variety can actually also make things very challenging to stick to if you don't have your default template set up. So this is something I do myself, and I make sure all of my online clients do as well. We want to make sure that you've got a default template for your day, one that hits your targets and makes sure that you are successful with your food. This is the base of how you're going to structure your meals and the foods you are going to eat. You can add in that variety and flexibility when needed, but this is the core of what you do. And having those go-to meals and that structure for your day can really make sticking to your diet a lot easier, because you know exactly what you need to do day to day. So set that default template, get that structure, and then add the variety and flexibility in. Keep it as simple as possible. Less thinking, easier tracking, and more consistency. After that, You just need to bring it all together. And if you do put it all together, a few things happen. You stop rushing, you focus on consistency, you build habits that you actually enjoy, and fat loss just becomes easy. Remember, fat loss is not about doing the extreme things. It's just about doing the boring things, to be honest, for a long period of time. It has to be repeatable and something you can stay consistent with. So you want to make sure you're building those habits that you're comfortable with, because those habits are not just what's going to get you to your goal, but they are actually going to keep you there. So that is it on fat loss. If you found this helpful, please remember to drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I shall catch you in the next video.